poof. Give it a second. Yeah. I'm gonna let it play for a second. Well, I seem to be moving. I'm about to do it on mine here. Okay. Go. The original post is updated with the new link. So if you go back and find that one and reblog it. Go to the actual Lilypad page. It'll show you. There we go. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that happens. Yay! Everybody's starting to get here. Everybody's coming here now. Amy and Mia and Bookworm and Rachel. And Katie! Yay! You'll get to all hear me tell you all hello. Mm-hmm. Tacos and potatoes and rice. And I had a ham sandwich. And Pauline. And oh God, I'm going to screw it up again. Shauna. Shauna. Ooh, real quick while we're waiting to get started, because Vintage and I, Rach and I, have been discussing lip glosses and stains. I got this one today. It is called Lady and the Vamp. It is $2 from Wet n Wild. It is the Mega Slicks Balm Stain Moisturizing Lip Color. And eventually it does dry out, but it stains nicely. But initially it feels more like a balm. But it's got a little bit of exactly. Now the only problem is I'm answering you and saying exactly, and everybody else has no idea what I'm talking to because you're muted, because you're still a surprise. They can hear me, but they can't hear you. They can hear and see me, but not you. And I just kind of want a little bit more of this because I really like it. Okay. And I curled my hair tonight. It's so floofy. I got a new flat iron, so I had to play with it. And you know, you start doing one curl, you can't quit. Or you look really crazy. Okay. I think everybody's here that's gonna be here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi guys, welcome to Orli's Lilypad. As you know, tonight things are a little bit different. And hi Kate, I see you. I'm fun girl. My hair look good. I did it. I did my hair. So anyway, yeah, we have a very special guest tonight. We have I'm gonna continue to let it be a surprise till the screen changes. So let's just see who's out there. It's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. You're unmuted now.
You can hear me now?
They can hear you now. So now they can see and hear you. Michelle, Mrs. Whoosie Whatsits is going to join us tonight, and we're going to talk about lots of fun stuff. Tonight specifically. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? What's this? What's happening? I don't know. So tonight we're going, like we've been doing, we're going through the life of a fic. I know last week was a lot of information, a lot. And we wanted to get as much information to you guys as possible. If there's anything you missed from last week, because I know we were having connection issues, especially with Kelsey and whatnot, anything you wanted us to go over again, shoot us an ask over at Orli's Lilypad, or you can also send the ask to the SP and Fanfic Pond blog, and Mana and Kale will get those to us, and I'll be more than happy to go through and make another video as I have time. Or Kelsey can, just one of us, kind of going over, you know, whatever it was that you missed or anything that wasn't clear, because there was a lot of information last week. This is a ton. And so, but this week during Life of a Fic, you know, you've already gotten your beta, you've already written your fic, you've gotten it checked out, you've got it posted in whichever format that you feel comfortable in. Like, you know, like we said last week, that's more of a sample, and that's typically what looks the best. But now what? Now you've got it out there. How do you get more notes? How do you get more feedback? And we want to kind of go over why you're writing a little bit. We see a lot of people who feel a certain way about writing, and so we kind of want to, and they get kind of disheartened when you don't get a lot of feedback or notes. And so we want to find a way, we wanted to show you guys a way that you can get your stories out there a little bit easier, get a little bit more feedback, get on some Fic Rec lists and whatnot. And why write? Why do it? So just to make you feel better about yourself. But first, we want to go over guppy picks. Yay! Every week we pick me and Kelsey. Well, this week it'll be me and Michelle. Let me point the other direction since it's technically over here. Me and Michelle have picked 2 guppies of the week, one each, to highlight and talk about. And of course, all the links will be in the description tomorrow morning after everything's processed and I've had sleep. So yeah, so Michelle, why don't you go ahead and give us your guppy pick this week?
Okay, my guppy pick this week is also, well, Salva Chester picked her Smut Apocalypse, I think it was, fic, as her pick of the month for the Big Fish Awards this month. And it is Ellen Reincarnated 1967. Yay. And the reason why, just yesterday, she posted Serial Killer.
Oh yeah. I still haven't had a chance to read this, but because I'm so behind, I literally have like a folder like this long on my Google Chrome that's full of stuff I haven't read yet.
Oh my God, this fic, it's going to be a series, and I cannot wait to see what she does with this. Because it's not Serial Killer like you're thinking about. It's like Cheerios.
It's not cereal.
No, it's like crunchy Cheerios, and it starts out with him as a baby eating his Cheerios, and I cannot wait to see what she does with this and where it goes, because it's going to be absolutely hilarious. And it's, you know, so much of fan fiction is smut, angst, stuff like that. It's great to see something different every now and then, where it's, you know, it's funny and puns, and oh my God,
it's
puns
just fun. Just fun, just lots of fun.
So yes, Ellen Reincarnated 1967. That is my pick for this week.
Yay! So my pick for this week is My Supernatural Fix. My Supernatural Fix has a whole lot of, her master list is long, you guys. Like, I'm starting to question if she really belongs in the guppy category. We might need to revisit for next week, Mana, what makes a guppy, what makes a mutual, what makes a big fish, because she's got enough that she could probably be at least in the mutual section. But if that's where she feels most comfortable in the guppies, then that's perfectly fine. But she has a lot of great fics, which actually brings us to our Fic Rec of the week. And mine happens to be from my Supernatural Fics. She did one this week called Werehound. You are older than Crowley. Reader is older than Crowley and is a hellhound kind of werewolf hybrid. Not sure where she came from. She just poofed into existence. There she is. Not sure how to kill her. And you go and help Sam and Dean on a case. And this was amazing. It was really well written. It was very interesting. Reader was very sassy, which I always love. Who doesn't love a sassy reader? And yeah, it was really, really good fic. She has a great master list. And yes, I'm playing with my fan again tonight. My biggest fan. Because it's hot in here. And I don't want to turn I've still got the heater on because it still gets really cold at night. And so, yeah. So anyway, go check out my Supernatural Fics. Once again, links in the description tomorrow morning. And
yeah, she's awesome. She was in my top 3 for this week as well. And I even said to Orri, I said, seriously, she's a guppy? Because wow, I've been following her forever.
Yeah, she's I want to say her name is Rachel.
Yes, Rachel.
We have a lot of Rachels.
There's
a lot of Rachels roaming around. There's a lot of Kates roaming around too. Kates and Katies.
Kayleys and Ashleys and Alleys and yeah.
Yes. So, and Rachel's actually here. Yay. So I got to make her blush. Yay. I was hoping, that's what I thought, Rachel, in chat, that was your link. And I was like, oh, good, she's here. So she gets to hear me talk about her. Yay. So, but she has lots of good. Check her out because it's worth it.
Yeah.
So, your fic pick of the week. Michelle.
My fic pick of the week is actually somebody that I don't think is in the pond, but I gotta tell you, this series is just knocking me out. The URL is SPN Simple Man. Her name is Mel, and the series that I'm talking about is No Place Like Hell. Now, right now, it's got 13 parts. I think it's going to end in the next part or the part after that. So I think it's going to be 14 or 15 till it's done. And each one's got a lot of words. She's not, brief. She long parts, but I love that. There's something about that the longer the fic, the happier I am. Don't ask me why. But it starts with Dean in hell, and he meets a woman who's kept in the rack next, and they connect whenever the demons aren't, torturing him and all that. And then she's the first soul that he has to torture once he gets off the rack.
Ooh.
And then a while later, he gets pulled, Cass pulls him from hell, and then sometime after that, she gets saved from hell because it turns out she is Lucifer's backup vessel.
Oh.
So it's a Dean reader. So of course, Dean and Reader are going to fall in love. There's not a lot of smut, but you know what? There's a lot of story.
Yeah.
And it's a great story. It's a fabulous story. It's wonderful. And I just, every time I'm like, all right, I need to know what happens next. I need to know what happens next. You have to finish this.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, and it's called There's No Place Like Hell. And I gave Orri the link to the master for all the parts to it. And it is just absolutely fabulous.
Yep. And that'll be in there. That'll be in the description tomorrow. So while we're on the list of fic picks, let's go into Kaylin Manna, our resident SPN fanfic pond. I said it right. All at once. Yay. Without tripping over my tongue. So yeah, my thumb's been bad. Isn't that weird? Okay, tangent. Let's go over Kaylin Manna's picks real quick. I'm going to do those. There are our admins, pond runners, boat rowers. I don't know where I'm going with that at all. Kale's pick this week is actually a two-parter by Dean in the Devil's Trap, Dean-in-the-Devil's-Trap. And it's actually a drabble that ended up being a 2-part drabble based off of the episode 11-13 Love Hurts, when they run into the chlorine. Really good. The second part is even better than the first. Fluff, angst, the lines line up with what's in the show. It's not way off a canon, other than it being a reader insert. Really good, quick read. You could probably read both parts in about 15 minutes. Ooh, excuse me. And so, really, really good read. Really good, quick read. Now, Mana has selected this. Oh, God, oh, hiccups out of nowhere. Mana has selected this week an Anon, actually, who hasn't created a Tumblr yet, which is part of the reason why we're having the topic after the Fic Rec list that we are. This is somebody who, and I think we've all felt this way, where we're like, hey, I'm not sure how good this is going to be. You know, I think we all did this when we wrote our first story, and just like, I don't know how good this is going to be. I don't know if anybody's going to respond to it, but here it is. What do you think? And so that's kind of what happened. The story is called Speechless. And it's really just a drabble. It's about 450 words. It's a really quick read, smutty, porn without plot. But it was written really well. It wasn't so, it wasn't, okay, so I'm going to put it this way. It wasn't fluffy smut. Like, that's what I write. Anyone who's read me write smut, for the most part, my stuff is kind of fluffy smut. Like, it's the softcore porn of the smut. to put it, you know, it's not the hardcore, you know, I'm Cinemax, whereas, you know, somebody like Mana, Kitten, Jess, or Abaddon with y'all is like, I'm about to throw. I was about to. You see how red I am? I'm about to start throwing out like names here, but y'all know the free sites. Y'all know where I'm talking about. It's the hardcore stuff.
Instead of, you know, put Tabby B into Slotty A. Yes.
Right. So. Hang on, I'm done. Made myself way too red here. So the speech list is right in between. It's not the fluffy smut, but it's not the hardcore smut either. It's a nice right in the middle. It does have some grammatical things that I'm sure this person is aware of since they've seen it posted, that could very easily be fixed with a beta. And if the person who wrote Speechless is watching right now, go back 2 episodes on the Lilypad. We talk all about betas, how to find one, all that kind of good stuff. And, or anybody else, just go back and watch episode 2. It'll tell you all about betas. But it has, the visuals are great. It works well with the flow of it. For a first time writer, first fic, it's really good. And Mana would encourage them to keep writing and to make a blog and start posting. I would do the same thing. You know, definitely get you a beta. There's mutuals on there. I'm a mutual. Kelsey Leviathan's loved it, who's usually here. She's a mutual. Aren't you a mutual in them?
Yes.
Yes, you're a mutual, and I know you're a beta. Me and Kelsey are also betas. Anybody that you reach out to would be more than happy to help you. So yeah, those are our picks for this week. Now, as far as, I'm trying to decide, should we do, since we're kind of already on the topic, do you think we should do the why we write first, or should we do the Fic Rec list first?
Let's do why we write first.
Why we write first. Okay. So, someone did ask Mana a while back, you know, something to the effect of, how, you know, how do you get the feedback? How do you get, you know, I'm posting stuff and I'm not getting notes. I'm not getting feedback. I'm not getting anything. And she had a very long-winded answer, which I'm not going to read to you because it's really long, but it was really good. And if you can go back and find that post, I'm pretty sure it's on the pond or it's on her blog, Mana What with 2 A's. It's definitely worth a full read through, but I'm going to kind of give you the Reader's Digest version and kind of highlight. You should write because it's a story that you want to tell, because it's a place that you can see yourself in, or you can see characters in that you can't normally get to. And when you write like that, the story works. When you write because I feel obligated to write something, you know, you can feel it. The reader can feel it. I'm gonna put it that way. And Michelle can tell you, I can tell you, anybody in this chat can probably tell you, when you write something that you really love and you spend a long time on it and you're proud of it, that yes, everybody loves to get feedback. Everybody loves to hear, oh, it's wonderful, keep going.
Oh, looks like we're buffering.
Oh dear.
Oh, there we moved again. Okay.
Okay, good. So everybody wants that feedback, but you have to realize, especially on Tumblr, you may or may not get it. Oh, yeah. And just because nobody's saying, oh my gosh, just because they're not saying, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, or oh my gosh, is there going to be more, or you're not seeing 800 notes out of your 1,000 followers, or whatever that number is. You know, I have 100 followers and I'm not even getting 50 notes on this. It could have gotten buried in somebody's dash, which is why we say reblog, reblog, reblog. But it doesn't mean, just because you're not seeing those things doesn't mean that it's any good. It's not any good. If you're proud of it and you're happy with it, then that's really all that matters. Okay. Now,
and also one thing to keep in mind is that everybody has different tastes. Oh, yeah. So if you have 100 followers and only 50 of them liked your fic, that's actually really good. Yeah. Because honestly, you know, there's a lot of really good fanfic out there, but the content is just not something I want to read. You know, and then there's some people who are like, well, you know, I don't like Destiel. Well, fine, then you don't read Destiel. Well, if you write Destiel, you're going to get fewer readers because you're only going to get the Destiel shippers reading it most likely. Right. But, you know, if you write a Dean reader, then your Sam girls are probably not going to be as receptive to it. If you write a Sam reader, your Dean girls aren't going to be as receptive to it. So just because you have 100 followers and you're not getting 100 likes on every story doesn't mean the story's not good. Exactly. It just means that it didn't resonate with somebody. Right. And you know what? It doesn't matter what you write. There are things out there that don't resonate with everybody. I mean, not everybody likes the Bible, but guess what? It's considered the pretty much the #1 book ever written. There you go.
So don't base your worth on whether or not people that tell you you're a good writer or not, because literally writing is art. Art is subjective. Whether it's the way I sing or the way somebody paints a picture, like you can see this picture right up here, just barely. That is a piece of art that I did based on, it was one of those painting in Pinot or, you know, wine things, you know, that you can go do. But I mean, it's based off of Van Gogh's Starry Night. It's not the greatest. I had a little to drink, you know, but somebody might look at that and go, wow, that is a really good facsimile of Starry Night. Whereas somebody else went, oh dear God, how much did you drink? You know, it's completely and utterly subjective. So what one person likes, someone else may not like. And it could be just one usage of a word that just throws somebody completely out of the fic or something. So both your writing versus somebody else's, it's equal. It's just the way those readers are perceiving it. Okay. And sometimes you just may not be pointing your fic to the right audience, which is why you're not getting the notes or the feedback. You might not be tagging it correctly, you know, and that could be another reason. I'm trying to think. What else?
Another thing that the thing that actually got me writing, to be honest with you, because I didn't write anything fiction before a year ago. I didn't think it was possible for me to even conceive something fictional and write it down and have it be something anybody would want to read. And about a year ago, I got an idea in my head, which was very unusual for me, and it wouldn't let me go. And a writer friend of mine was complaining that they were having writer's block. And I said, you know, your muse must be visiting me because I got the story that won't leave me alone. And she goes, just write it. I said, but I can't write. She's like, just write it anyway. It doesn't matter. Crap makes good compost. And I went, what did you say? She said, crap makes good compost. So, you know, even if what you write isn't very good, keep writing.
Yes.
Keep writing it, because the more you write, the better you get.
Absolutely. It's just like drawing. It's just like singing. It's just like cooking. It's just like gardening, you know, anything that you do. I mean, I've got 2 guitars hanging up behind me that I hardly ever touch. But if I actually sat down and did something with it on a regular basis, I'm not going to be shitty forever. At some point, I'm going to be kind of good, you know, at least be able to carry on a rhythm and a tune. You know, nobody starts off good. You know, J.K. Rowling didn't write Harry Potter first, I'm pretty sure. Just saying. If she did, more power to her. But I'm sure there were lots of different things that got her to that point. I think Mana told me once that she had like 150 things that she had written that we had never even seen. And Mana can churn stuff out now like it's... Lord have mercy. Like, I can give Mana like 3 sentences. And she's like, I got this. And I'm just going, and like, she's writing it almost faster than I can read it. And I'm just like, it's crazy. Read a lot, keep writing, and everything that you write, even if it's not good now, once you get to a point where you feel comfortable in your skills, there is nothing saying that you can't go back and completely overhaul that fic and make it into what you wanted it to be. You know? It's like taking an apple pie. Your first apple pie might be crap, but once you get some skill underneath you, you might be able to take those strips and make the whole top look like lattice work and, you know, make Dean cream in his jeans just smelling it or something. I don't know. I don't know. You start talking about pie, my brain goes to Dean and everything goes to hell. And I'm not even a Dean girl. So
the other thing is to read the kinds of things that you want to write. I have noticed myself that when I'm reading smut, all I can write. After Smut Appreciation Day, I told one of my followers that I would do a personalized fic for them. And I said, so, tell me what you want. And they said, I want platonic fluff. Like how it took me a week before any idea that I had didn't end up in the bedroom. And I thought, okay, I need to read some fluff. Fluff in order to get into that mindset. So read the kind of stuff that you want to write too. And the kind of, you know, like if you admire a writer, read a lot of what they write before you start writing. Because what you read affects what you write.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just getting to the chat.
I know. I know. I've created a monster. Sorry. Sam, no, write more Sam. Write more. Everything since Smut Appreciation Day I have seen pretty much has been Dean. Write more Sam. Sam girl needs love. Other than my Anon Sam, which we are not going to start into. No, ma'am.
That Anon, we all need an Anon like that.
Right? Whew, hold up, I got to get my fan back out. Lord Jesus. So, while we're still talking about all this stuff, so when it comes to feedback, just know this. Not getting any feedback sucks. It really sucks. But it doesn't mean it's not negative. Think of it this way. No news is good news. I was always told, I know nowadays Cracker Barrel, the old country store restaurant, it used to be they only did their advertising by billboard and word of mouth. And the reason that they said that they did that, because I know they do commercials now, but the reason they originally said that they did that was because the word of mouth was their best advertiser. What they would say was that, think about if you go to a restaurant and you have excellent service, how many people do you think you're going to tell? In your mind, you're going to be like, oh, I'm telling everybody. Yes, you will. But think about that same experience. Realistically, with good service, you're probably going to tell 2, 3, 4 people.
Yeah.
If you have absolutely bad service, you will literally tell everyone you know.
Mm-hmm.
You will be blasting that crap on Facebook and Twitter and being like, you can't go, oh my God, you know, assuming you don't end up talking to a manager before you leave as it is. So word of mouth is the best thing. So yes, it makes more sense if you would hope that anyone who actually likes what you read would, at the very least, reblog it. But if someone doesn't like something, odds are you're going to get some kind of feedback for it in your ask box or in a message. And let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with that. If I ever write something that you don't like, please tell me. But tell me why you didn't like it. That's the best thing that you can ever do for an author. If you don't like something, go to them and say, hey, this fic was pretty good, but I didn't like it. And let me tell you why. Because your sentence structure wasn't as put together as it should be. You had too many run-on sentences. I felt you deviated from the character too much. And this wasn't an AU. Stuff like that. Because as sucky as it is to hear it, in the long run, it's going to make me a better writer. Or it's going to, if they actually take that advice, it's going to make them a better writer. I would much rather hear you tell me why you didn't like something than just be like, oh, you suck, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So just
the
keep
one thing that annoys
that
me
in mind.
Is an anon who just comes into your inbox and just goes, I hate you, your writing sucks. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, an anon comes into my inbox, says, I hate you, your writing sucks. Get off anon, tell me why my writing sucks, and then I'll listen to you.
Exactly.
And anon hate is just, it doesn't exist.
I will be honest, I have yet to get anon hate, knock on wood, and hopefully I won't. But it's possible. You know, I mean, I've had my blog just short of a year, so I'm sure it's coming. But in the event that you get absolutely no feedback, it does suck, but it's not negative. You're not being told that you're not a good writer. You're just not being told that you are, and that's okay. So you know that you're a good writer. You know how much work you put into a story. If you're happy with it, you're brave enough to put it out there and subject yourself to feedback and even scarier lack thereof, good. You know, let it happen. And you know what? Do it for the fun of it. Do it so that you could put yourself in a world that you can't actually be in because you want to, you know? I mean, really, truly, that's, who doesn't want to live in the world of supernatural? I mean, I don't know that I want to get out there and kill things, but like, set me up in the bunker. I'll go research shit and read all day. I'll be perfectly happy with that. And then I'll be here for Sam when he comes home.
Oh, you just want to be there for Sam, that's all.
I mean, I'll eat with Dean. I'll cook him dinner and I'll make pie and, you know, me and Dean will make terrible jokes with each other because all I have are bad jokes. But for the most part, when it's time to go to bed, never mind. We ain't going to get into that. That's a whole nother live stream. Lord have mercy. Have mercy. So before we
17 live stream.
Yeah, hello.
Later on.
I don't even know if I could get through the NC-17. I'd be like this the whole time. I'd be like, oh, Jesus. Jesus. Ooh. So, but yeah, since we've got, now that we're past that, so write because you love it. Write because it's somewhere you could see yourself, where you can see the characters, and just enjoy it. And whatever feedback you don't get, don't worry about it. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and actually get into the real topic in the life of the fic, promoting your fic, how to get those notes, how to get that feedback. And so there's a lot of people nowadays. I know the first one that I was aware of was Allie, which is But Dean's Back Though. And if you've been on Tumblr for a while, you probably know about Allie and her Wednesday Hump Day smut list. Now, with Allie, it's all smut. If there's no smut in it, she's not going to put it in there because it's Hump Day smut.
And oh my God, if you put angst in your smut, she might list it, but she will yell at you. Oh, she will feel betrayed if you angst your smut.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah.
So that's someone that you can tag in for that list. Kale, who is one of the moderator blog owners of the Pond, she also has a Sunday this list that she puts out every Sunday. Typically, it's a little bit of everything. With Smut Appreciation Day, that's all there was. So that list was smut-tastic. It was, look, when we said smut-pocalypse, we weren't kidding. I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
She's got a Sunday list that has fluff, smut, angst. I'm sure with the serial killer fic, she'll probably have a wank or crack tag on there as well. Also, if you're doing a lot of smut, you can also submit to Dirty Supernatural Imagines. They have a lot of writers that they put through on there. There is Kimmy, I Lost My Shoe 79. A lot of people are familiar with her as a writer. She just started doing a Fic Rec list. So you can tag her in those as well. And then these other three, I wasn't really as familiar with. So if you want to talk about those real quick.
Supernatural Imagine is a blog that I've been following for a while. One of the first things that I did when I started looking for fanfics was I found these blogs, Dirty Supernatural Imagines and Supernatural Imagine, and I think the other one's Supernatural Fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
And basically writers can just submit stories to them, and then they post them, and then their followers get them. And to be honest with you, that's how I found most of the writers that I follow. You know, Dean does things to me, Dean's Dirty Secrets blog, Abaddon with Y'all, I Lost My Shoe. All of them I found through blogs like that.
Mimi's here in chat. Hi, Mimi.
Hi, Mimi.
And Mrs. John Smith, I'm seeing everybody. I'm getting caught up with chat now while we're at this. So.
Oh, and yeah, if you just want something reblogged, definitely tag me. But I have noticed lately that the tags don't always work.
Yes. Tags are subjective. You can always tag, and of course, tag the Pond, SPN Fanfic Pond. You can tag Orli's Lilypad, which we do have a separate blog, which I've reblogged. I know I reblogged our link for tonight from my personal one, from my personal blog, Oriana75. You can tag me in it. You can also tag Kelsey, which is Leviathan's Love Dick. I'm trying to think who else you can tag.
And then there's that doc that I put up that everybody, it's on my master list now. I have a master list. So it's at the top of my master list if anyone wants to go there and click on that. It's a spreadsheet of people who are interested in getting tagged in things.
Right.
So if you want, more people to read your Benny fic, go there and find some Benny fans and tag them, and then they'll probably read it and they'll reblog it, and that'll get you more followers and more readers, and that's always a good thing too.
Exactly. And if you're finding that you have a lot of tags, what I've started doing, and I know Kitten of Doomage, my sweetheart Ree, who is sound asleep right now because I tried to talk. I was like, Ree, wifey, I look cute. You should stay up for the live stream. She's like, I'm sick as a dog. I will catch you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. But she I'm going to say she stole this idea from me, and then she can just correct me and spank me later if I'm wrong. But what at the end of your story, how we showed you guys last week how to do a keep reading, and then there's the horizontal line. Usually what I do at the end of my fics when I have a crap ton of people to tag is I'll do the horizontal line and then I tag everybody. And that way people are getting to the fic faster and they're not having to see 50 million tags before they even get to reading. Because I can tell you, like, if I had to look through all that, even if I do the keep reading, I'd be like, hold up. This is like 3 inches, 3 swipes up my screen just to get through the tags to this fic. Nah, I'm out. So
Yeah.
definitely tag at the end. Tag at the end.
Yep.
So anyway, I think that's about it. We will also have links this week for all of those people that have the Fic Rec list. We're going to have links to all of those blogs. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to the Lilypad. You can also follow me. You can follow Michelle. I'm actually pointing in the right direction with the fan. Follow Michelle, Mrs. Whoosy What's. Those are our URLs underneath our names. And any questions? We're actually wrapping up early tonight. I feel.
Wow.
I know. I think it's because me and Kelsey have a tendency to run so many rabbits. We get off on tangents, and I'm just like, it's out of control. Like my hair right now. It's out of control. I'm so cute.
You got a curling iron. I sat here in front of a fan and went dry.
Well, okay. So what happened was I had a flat iron, but it was like little bitty. It's like literally that wide. It's like not even as wide as this fan. And I had it when my hair was super short. And now that it's long and thick and my daughter's hair is getting long and thick, I wanted to get a regular flat iron. So I ordered this one off of Amazon. Y'all, it's so ridiculous. I have to show you this thing. Only because it has a USB cord. You can see there's music notes on it. You can plug it in and upload 2 hours of MP3s to this thing so that it will play music while you do your hair.
Oh, jeez.
It's ridiculous. Yes, I am not kidding you. Look, right in here. Wait, I'm going to turn it. Right in here, this is your song selection and your volume. Your play and your pause in the middle. I kid you not. It was like $20. But it's supposed to be a really good version of a more expensive. It's a cheaper version of a more expensive one. It's HAI. So, yeah, I got it, and I was like, I just want to see how well it works. Well, I curled one piece, and I was like, oh, this works pretty well. And so then I was like, I'm never going to be able to flatten out that one curl and make it look decent. So now I got to do the rest of my damn head. God damn it. Or as Dean would say, son of a bitch. So, yeah, I got it off Amazon, Rachel. It was maybe $20. I'll probably never load the music. Or maybe I will, so I can bring it to me when I stay with you at ChiCon, Michelle. Just to annoy you with my curling iron that plays, my flat iron that plays music.
Ay. Well, I asked in the chat if there were any questions, and so far all I've gotten is, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
It's 42.
It's 42.
It's 42.
But do you know what the question is? That's the question.
The question is, what is the question?
No, what the actual question is. The answer is 42, but what's the question?
What's the question?
That's what
the meaning of life.
They needed to know what the question was once they knew what the answer was to understand the answer. That's
right. A while since I've seen that movie. I never read the book, but
you gotta read the books. Oh my God, you have to read the books. It's a trilogy with 5 books in it. Right there. God. You have to read There's
so many things that I need to read. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys.
Books are so much better. Did you watch the movie, or did you watch the TV shows, or did you watch the radio plays? Yeah, which movie did you watch? Yeah, no, you have to read the books, and the movies and the radio plays and all that only go through the first 3. There's 2 more books after that that are freaking hilarious. Yes, you need to read them.
Mana, you're evil. She's evil and she's mean. You can't,
sorry.
We're say that to me.
British humor books, and it's brought my husband out. He's hiding off to the side.
Oh, goodness. The books we're talking about is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's what we're talking about.
Anyway.
The book that I've been reading right now, just since we have no other questions, I'm actually... Anne Rice wrote a trilogy under a pen name a very long time ago.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
The Beauty Trilogy.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
She wrote a fourth one.
She wrote a fourth one? Oh, my God.
There's a fourth one called, I'm sorry. I just noticed that Kate's doing Dom Sam, and now I'm completely unhinged. There's a fourth one called Beauty's Kingdom, where Beauty and Queen Eleanor dies, and Beauty and Laurent go back and take over the kingdom.
All right, I read that literally 20 years ago. It is still burned in my brain. It is
still so excellent. It is so excellent. I loved that trilogy.
I read it once. I gave it to my best friend. I said, I don't think I could possibly read this again, so you can just have the
Okay. So Rach asked if I was going to use the fan on my wall. Yes, the fan is literally bigger than my body. I will walk over there and show you guys. I will stand on my bed and show you. But the fan is literally, it's hand painted, and it's got dragons on it, and they're playing in the water with a ball. But yeah, it's. Oh God, if I don't fall on my bed, it'll be a miracle. So this is my hand on this fan. This is how big it is. It's larger than my hand span, my arm span. That's oh goodness. That is a Jared Padalecki size fan is what that is. Only giants like Jared could use that fan. Like I use the other fan. So yeah, it's literally that big. So, oh goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so warm now.
You're thinking too hard about Dom Sam. That's your problem.
I am. Like, okay, so this is the problem. The king in Beauty's Kingdom, Laurent, is said to be a very tall, muscular man. And so now I'm like, now I'm picturing Sam as, or Jared, or both, as King Laurent. And I'm going to go read that later. And so...
We have a question in the chat.
Oh, yay!
Question. How do you nicely tell someone who reads your stuff to stop asking you to write smut? Because I said no, maybe someday. Oh, that's a lot of times. Wow. And nicely telling someone no isn't my thing.
Okay.
I guess the question is, I mean, they read your stuff, but they keep wanting you to write smut.
And it sounds like you're not comfortable with doing that. It's not your forte. You don't feel like doing it. So this is something, this kind of goes back there, because there was another little thing about,
oh, they did it on Anon. Okay.
Okay. So this is my advice to you. Your blog is your blog. You write what you want to write. If you are not comfortable writing that, all you have to do is tell them nicely, I love that you love my writing. However, I'm not comfortable at this point in time writing that. You don't have to give them any other reason. Just, that's how you politely say no. You're not required to write anything for your followers, which is what I wanted to say earlier. A lot of people, they come home and they're like, well, I was going to write something tonight, but I feel like nobody's going to read it anyway. Or I haven't written something in like weeks and I feel like I'm letting my followers down and all that. No, listen, this is your blog. You write what you are inspired to write, because I'm telling you, when you force something out because you feel like you need to get something out for your followers, or because someone pestered you to write something, it will show in your writing. It will absolutely show in your writing, and you'll end up feeling worse about it in the long run. So,
and you know what? Since it's somebody who's coming on Anon, my opinion about Anons, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Anons that are, bugging you, something like that, they're on Anon. Ignore it. Block it. Delete it. Just go, hey, that's an anonymous person. I don't like what they said.
Yep.
That's what the hate button is for.
You know what? Tumblr has this monster that likes to eat questions all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tumblr monster, ate your ass. Sorry, bye.
Yep.
Deuces.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, you're not required to write anything. If you wanted to stop writing tomorrow, I'd hate to see you go, but, you know, it's your blog. It's your life.
Mm-hmm.
Write what you want to write what you feel comfortable writing. Don't write what you don't like. I know I'm, and some of y'all might have been following and requested stuff from me when I did this, and I'll still apologize to you. I had like this really long list of prompts that I was like, look, we're going to do a Fic quest. I'm going to try and write as much as I can. And for 2 weeks, I had like 15, 20. I mean, I only opened the requests up for one day, but I ended up having about 15 to 20 requests. And I tried to write the ones that I could. I still have open documents in Google Docs of who requested it and what the prompt was and who it was supposed to be with, that I still have it written because the inspiration just never came to me. And I would rather just say, look, I'm sorry, I tried to write this. I can't right now, but I'm going to hold on to it and leave it as it is, versus here, let me just whip out some 1,000-word god awful whatever it is, because there's one that I did within that I'll be honest with you, it wasn't my favorite one. I felt like I forced it, and it was my fault. They kept asking me when I was going to put it out, and I was like, I'm trying, I really am, and I really forced myself through it because I didn't want to let that person down, and I didn't want to tell them my inspiration's just not coming. And so I forced it out, and I really just didn't like what I put out. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that person ever gave me feedback on it or not, you know? And so whether or not they even liked it, but which kind of tells me they probably didn't, and they could probably feel that it was kind of forced as it was. So don't feel like you have to do anything on your blog.
We put enough pressure on ourselves sometimes to write stuff that, you know, maybe we want to write it, but, you know, the idea isn't there. That's what happened to me once. I think it was at the end of season 10. I just had we must wrap Sam in blankets and chocolate. And, you know, because, yeah, the darkness is out, but he's had such a rough season. Season 10 was so rough on Sam, and I just wanted to wrap him in blankets and give him hot chocolate and give him a friend. And I tried to do that, and oh, holy cow, it sucked bad. Oh, it's awful. And it's out there, and some people like it, and every time somebody likes it, I go, why did you like that? Because all I had was this idea that I wanted to give Sam a girlfriend, and I went from that way instead of having like an actual story idea.
Right.
And so really I gave Sam a girlfriend, and it took me 2 months to write it. And by the time I was done, I had another story already backed, you know, in the back of my mind, and that I wanted to write better, but I can't write two things at the same time, so I had to finish the one I was working on, and oh, yeah, I didn't like it. It's bad enough when we put that pressure on ourselves
right.
to finish something that maybe we're not in the mood to finish, but, you know, you want to finish it, and at least that's the way I am. I admire any writer who can say, oh, I'm not really into this, I'm just going to put it aside. I can't do that. It sits in the back of my head, and it just keeps knocking at me going, you finish me. I don't want to finish you. You suck. Finish me anyway. Crap makes good compost. When my own words come back at me. Crap makes good compost. Damn it. I'm the one who said that.
So
fine, finish it.
Yeah. So definitely, you know,
don't make other people feel bad because you can't, you know, produce something. You're not a machine. You're a person.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're just going story, stamp, next stamp. No.
Right.
Everything you write is a piece of you.
Right.
And if it's coming from somebody else, then it's not going to be from you.
Exactly. And so, you know, just write what you feel, and just don't be afraid to say, look, I can't, or I don't want to write this. Here's some people that I can point you to that their stuff is excellent and they might be willing to write this, and their requests are open. Make sure requests are open before you start offering up other writers. And just say, Don't be afraid to just go, look, I'd like to, but I just can't. I'm sorry. Sorry. And Mimi, if you ever need Sam requests, you know. Mimi knows what I want. I owe Mimi a Dean fic. And I know what I'm gonna do, but I've got and Sunday helped me out. So yeah, you've got that death coming, Mimi. Because I'm gonna kill you. Death via Dean.
Well,
That's
and
what's gonna happen.
the other thing you could always say if somebody's asking you to write something, say, you know what, I could write you something, but it wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can put out 1,000 words of absolute, utter, stinky, disgusting crap, but I don't think you want that. I think you want something good, and that's not going to happen.
Right.
So, you know, yes, Allie does have a detailed list of writers with open requests. I don't know how long or how often she checks to make sure that those writers are still open.
Right.
But she does have that list. You can always click on it and go to the other person's blog and see if it says, hey, requests are open or not. Oh, I haven't actually looked at the list. Apparently Bookworm said it's organized by angst, fluff, smut, characters are right. That's cool.
Yeah, now we're talking about the Blizzard request. Did you ever read that one with Sam and the Blizzard?
I think so.
Late night ice cream blizzard with Sam and some strategically placed caramel. Oh crap, I need the fan again. Hang on. Whew. Jesus. Hallelujah. Oh my goodness. So
I don't know if anybody else has any other questions.
Yeah, any other questions before we wrap up? Any other questions?
I'll just sit here and look at the chat.
Yep. And I'm going to fan myself. Think about Sam in a blizzard. I remember getting that message too. She was like, I was thinking Sam in a blizzard. And I was like a bunch of snow? Like, and then I was like, no, wait, we're talking ice cream here. Like Dairy Queen blizzard? I've had a love affair with those blizzards since I was a kid. Those things were so good. Where are we from? I am originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I live just outside of there now.
Where am I from? That's a very excellent question.
Well, see, what happened was.
Right now I live in Chicago, but I'm originally from Pennsylvania, just outside Philly. My husband is from Sweden, hence the name.
Yes. Now, Pauline had the blizzard. Did you get the quick dry chocolate and not the regular chocolate chips? Because that's the important part, because they drizzle that quick dry chocolate around the inside of the cup. So as it spins up and makes the blizzard, it kind of cracks off. Because if you do the chips in it, it's dark chocolate and it makes it a lot more bitter and not as decadent. So good. Oh my God, it's so good. It's 50 million calories of yumminess. And that's a mini.
We're trying to lose weight for ShyCon. We're not.
I know.
The more we talk about it, the more weight I gain.
Thankfully, there is not a Dairy Queen. Like, if I want to go to Dairy Queen, I have to drive 30 minutes in either direction. So.
Oh. We had a Dairy Queen, but it was only open from May to September.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense because
you know you're from Pennsylvania when.
Right? Yeah. I live in the South. It was 70 degrees today, thus the tank top.
We actually hit 50s today. I actually had the apartment open before we did this. It was enough to air the place out because my husband and I both had this cold. And I said, all right, we need to air out the place, get rid of the germs.
I had on booty shorts yesterday. That's how warm it was in Louisiana. I had on well, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm going to shave my legs. And then it was like, I shaved my legs. Well, I'm going to put jeans back on. I've got my shorts right here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I was about to try and pull a Mama P, but I'm not going to do that. It's scary. All right. All right. So
Look like anybody else has any questions.
I think if there's no more questions, we're going to wrap it up. I'm trying to count down 7 so I can give people a chance to type it in. Because we're on a 7-second delay.
I'm pretty sure that delay is longer than 7 seconds, but
Yeah, Mimi, but Mimi lives in the desert. So of course you have the air on.
Okay, I live in Chicago. It's February. My air is still on. This is what happens.
It's been unseasonably warm this year. Like last year, it was still kind of, we had that really weird frozen winter down here. It's kind of weird.
We've lived here for a year and a half now. I've turned the heat on twice. Because we're in an apartment, so the surrounding apartments keep us warm, and we have the air conditioning on all year round to keep it at 68.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord, 68 is so very cold for me. Bringing my sweatpants for Shy-Con.
Yes, because 68 all the time.
Yeah, no, you'll freeze.
Warmer, but
you'll freeze me out.
Yeah.
Okay. Make my muses stop distracting me when I try to write Sam Smut. Sorry.
That is.
God, if I could tell you how to switch muses so that you can write the right one, I would be like already done with starting over. I can tell you that right now. Tomo, I'm not kidding you. I've got just shy of 1,000 words on part 9 of starting over, and Tomo has decided that he doesn't want to play. And I'm like, you, sir. Hi. But you, sir. Hi. Sorry. I'm seeing Tomo in front of my face, and I'm just, Tomo does things.
Yeah, that same fic that I was talking about where I wanted to give Sam a girlfriend. The whole time I was trying to write Sam, it didn't work, and then all of a sudden Crowley came in and went, but hey, and I went, oh.
Don't you love that when all of a sudden other characters go, hey, by the way,
because
hijack your fic.
That story would have been like 20,000 words shorter if Crowley hadn't gone, no, I'm not going to let that go. No, you just gave me everything I could ever want. No, I'm taking that. No,
Jeez. Jeez. Mrs. Jones Smith, you can write all the Sam and you can tag me in it and direct it all at me. I will gladly take. There's been way too much Dean for me lately. Like there's Dean everywhere for me. To me, at least on my dash. I'm like, I need poor Sam. I need some Sam love. Or Sam needs my love, or something, something love. Something love. Something. So, Professor Campbell. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it, guys. I can sit here and go on diatribes for the rest of the night about all the things that I want to read Professor Campbell. I just want to pick on Mimi right now. That's all it is. So
Skinny dipping Sam. Oh, look at all the Sam.
Dom Sam and Skinny Dipping Sam.
We've lost Orri.
Manna, where's that Tina moan when I need it? Oh, God. Oh, my Jeebus. Oh, my Jeebus. If you're watching this other than during the current live stream, this is why you need to be here live to watch all of the shenanigans go down in chat. Okay? I'm just telling you. You're missing out. Every Saturday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, Orli's Lilypad. Subscribe to the channel. It'll give you notifications when we go live. Also subscribe to SPN Fanfic Pond. Go follow the pond. Sign up for the pond. Of course, there's also lots of resources there that you can use, even if you're not part of the pond. You can follow me at Oriana75. You could follow Mrs. Whoosy Wetsuits. Don't forget about Kelsey. She has a couple of great series going on right now. Shot in the Knee, which is a very interesting AU she's got going with her. Yeah, it's very crack, but it's kind of funny. With her and Mama P have actually been inserted in that, and I think I'm supposed to be in that at some point. I think. Maybe. I don't know. We talked about it once. And then also I'm trying to ignore chat because I can see it out of the corner of my eye. It's like Sam. And I'll never get through any of the rest.
I'm looking at Sam cockles. Oh, okay.
Right. I saw that too. I was like, not gonna look. So yeah. Follow all. Kelsey also has another one called The Truth is in the Words that I believe she's 2 parts in. She has 2 parts of it out. It's a Soulmate AU. She and I have been talking a lot about it. It's going to be good, you guys. Definitely go check that one out. Michelle, do you have any series going?
No, right now I'm just trying to finish my ShyCon pick so I can get started on my next story, which will be an AU, which I'm really nervous about, which is why I've put it off for the past 3 months.
Yikes.
It'll be my first AU.
Fun. AUs are fun. AUs are fun.
The whole world and decide who's related to who and how they're related and what their histories are and what their favorite color is and oh my god, all the decisions.
Yes. And then as for me right now, like I said, starting over does have its own master list. There's currently 8 parts out. Like I said, I'm trying to work on the 9th. Yikes. But I'm working on it. Next week, Kelsey should be back. Next week, I believe we're going to talk about kind of the, I don't want to use the word hierarchy, but what makes a guppy, what makes a mutual, what makes a big fish, and why people fall into those categories, and if or when they ever want to move up out of those categories. So that's going to be next week for Life of a Fic. If you have anything you want us to see, like I said, tag me, tag Michelle, tag Kelsey, Leviathan's Love Dick, tag Mana, tag The Pond, tag Kale, which is A Profound Bond with Dean, tag Orli's Lilypad. Go follow the blog. We'll have links to all that and everybody in the description as soon as the video processes, which honestly will probably be, it'll process tonight so that you can rewatch later, but links won't be up until later sometime in the morning. If you follow Orli's Lilypad on Tumblr, then once it's processed, once we have all the links put in, we'll throw that up there and reblog it so that you can get those links. So, I think that's about it. Michelle, thank you so much for stepping in and playing with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yay! Michelle played with me today. That's what I say about Jared and Jensen. Like when I watch con videos, I'm like, I love to watch them play with each other. No, wait, that's not what I meant. Play together. Play together. Together. Because play with each other can go some directions. Yes. Yes. So, oh, I saw we have a new watcher tonight, Melissa. Hi, welcome. Check out everything.
SPN Simple Man.
Oh, that's who that is. Hi. Oh, you need to watch the beginning of the video when it processes.
Yep. So I gave her a heads up that she should watch tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah, I should probably do that. But I kind of had a feeling that Rachel was going to be here because she's been here just about every week. So.
Oh, Mana says, please give a summary of what the pond is.
Pond. Oh, crap. Thanks, Mana. Put me on the spot. The SPN Fanfic Pond is a collection of writers, mostly, that is done by Mana What and A Profound Bond with Dean, who we lovingly refer to as Kale because A Profound Bond with Dean is a lot to say. It's basically a collection of writers who use each other. Well, I want to say use each other. Wow, that came out wrong. well, but it's kind of accurate. We have guppies, which are newer writers or people who aren't feeling quite confident in their skills as of yet and feel like they need a little bit more time and a little bit more help to hone their skill. Then we have mutuals who are kind of in the middle. I'm considered a mutual. Michelle is also considered a mutual in the pond, as is Kelsey, who is normally here with me. And these are people who have been writing for a while, but they don't have a very large fic list or what have you, but or they don't feel so confident that they could.
She said, read the about page. Okay.
Yeah, there's, oh, you want me to read the whole about page? Well, that's going to take a second because I got to pull that up because I wasn't prepared for that.
All right, I got it. I can do a dramatic reading.
Go for it. Dramatic readings. Ladies and gentlemen,
okay,
tonight we shall have a dramatic reading.
Created with the intention of bringing new authors, established writers together to help share and encourage creativity. This is a safe place for writers to ask questions, meet new people / writers, get tips / advice / running your own blog, and writing in general. All forms of supernatural fan fiction are welcome here, as are all kinks and ships except for non. No consent for those who are not hip with the lingo. We'll never shame you for your kinks or ships, and we want you all to feel safe and open to share and explore. The admins on this blog are Kaylee and Mana, a profound bond with Dean and Manawet. And we're both open to answer any questions / concerns any of you awesome people have. Be sure to use the tag SPN Fanfic Pond and tag us in your posts so we can all see what you guys are up to. Please feel free to talk to one another and spread those creative seeds. And newbies, please don't be intimidated by the established writers. That's Mana talking. I know what it was like to be a new writer, and I actually didn't share any fan fiction until 6 months after I started writing it. It's scary and intimidating, and it feels like everything you do is being judged. But I can assure you that our wonderful big fish will be glad to help you with anything and everything you've got questions about. If you're too shy to reach out to a big fish, beta, or guppy, which is okay, we just want to help you break out of your shell, then please don't hesitate to send an ask to the blog, and Kale and I will be glad to help in any ways we can. Thank you all for being the fantastic people you are, and we hope you have fun in the pond.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a dramatic reading by Michelle. Thank you. So that's where my mic is, so that's why I wanted to get that kind of dramatic close-up type deal. So yeah, so that's what the pond is. Lots of good resources there. Lots of things like Mana was reblogging like torture and like other implements earlier, and if you shoot somebody in the head, what will it do, as opposed to shooting them in the leg, you know, or different ways to die and how it works, so that you don't have to go Google this stuff and then have the FBI going, excuse me, ma'am, what are you Googling? You know, different stuff. Different stuff like that. There's lots of different. There's also I want to say there's different things for prompts, prompt list. There was something that I shared with the pond that I think got reblogged. If not, it's probably in the queue. Somebody just created a generator basically to generate safe for work prompts and not safe for work prompts. So if you're looking to write something a little smuttier. So there's tons and tons of writer resources at the pond. Definitely give it a look. Send Kale and Mana an ask if you'd like to join and become a member. You can decide, you can let them decide what category you fall into, or if you tell them, hey, you know, I would feel better as a mutual. I don't really think I'm a big fish, but I've been around a little bit. I'm not really a guppy. That's cool too, because there's some people in the mutual section that I can tell you are probably more suited for big fish section, but they feel more comfortable as a mutual. So lots of stuff going on. The Big Fish Awards are going on right now. If you're a big fish and you're watching and you haven't gotten your award in, you need to do that.
And I know this is similar. I created a side blog way before the pond ever was created. Basically, it's Oxford Comma Lover. And basically, every time I run into a post about prompts or tips or how to create a character or good grammar or things like that, just something that it's really just been for me as a storage place for I want to write something, but it's not happening. I need something. That's where I go. So if you're ever just looking for, it's not a real active blog because, I might reblog something once every week or so at most. But that's where I keep all my prompts and my tips and things like that. It's just a side blog, like I said, not very active. But for me, it's like a storage warehouse of I'm stuck and I need help.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a whole nother place that you can go for help. So, and of course you can message any one of us, send us an ask, and we'll be more than happy to kind of. Now, this being said, if you send an ask to Orli's Lilypad, it may take a day or two, or a message. It may take a day or two to respond because Kelsey and I do not log into that as often. But feel free to send us an ask on our regular personal blogs. Send us a message. And if you have questions or things that you'd like for us to discuss on the live stream, you can send those to us. You can send them to the pond, and Kaylin Manna will forward those over to us. And ooh, excuse me, that Dr. Pepper came back to say hello. We'll be more than happy to address stuff on the pond. We want this to be as writer friendly as possible. So yeah, whatever you want it, you got it.
Yep.
I was gonna start singing, but it's too late for that mess. It's too late for that mess right now.
What were you gonna start singing?
You want it, you got it. See, now you got me singing. You want it, baby.
For some reason, I got the Spice Girls in my head. Tell me what you want. Yeah, you don't want me to do that.
Oh no, we are not. No, there is not enough there's no alcohol in my system for me to do Spice Girls. I'm just telling you, Spice Girls can happen, but not unless there's tequila, rum, Jägermeister, something of that nature involved. No, and now it's stuck in my head, Michelle. Damn you! All right.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'm Ori, Oriona75. I'm
Michelle, Mrs. Susie Watts.
And next week we'll be back with Kelsey, Leviathan's Love Dick. Don't forget to follow us, follow the pond, follow Orli's Lilypad. Also subscribe so we can let you know when we're live. It'll give you a notification on your phone, on your computer, that kind of thing. I think it does also send an email or something. So once again, everything video will be processed later on tonight, and links will be posted in the morning, and the Lilypad will also have, once those links are all up, we'll reblog the video for you guys to check out all those links with all the Fic Recs, the Guppy Recs, and all those rec lists that you can tag and get yourselves on. So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Have a wonderful week, you guys.